going on, Phoenicians? My name is Zach. Welcome to the Phoenix 77 channel. And today, April 1st, is a very special day, like the 27th of March is. Today in Japan, this is the first of the new fiscal year. First day of the new fiscal year, rather. It's also like the national day of entering university. So my university, Sophia University, yes, that's my university. You've probably seen it a number of times in my videos or whatever. They had their entrance ceremony today, and then there's a bunch of people on campus who are wearing suits and stuff. All of them were freshmen. And I can't believe it's been 2 years since I've done that. So I want to look back at the last 2 years in this video and kind of talk about the good things and the bad things about being in the university in Japan. Not only just being in university, but also being, just living here. I want to say one good thing and then one bad thing. And I don't know how many I'm going to say, I'm just going to do it as much as I can think of. Alright, so, good! The professors are typically very open-minded, especially in my department at my university. They are very eager to help students who are willing to participate. Bad. My classmates don't participate. It's always me and other foreigners or foreign-raised students who participate in class, and all the students who are Japan-raised, they don't participate. I mentioned this in previous videos, but it gets kind of awkward. It gets very awkward. So, that's the bad thing about my school. And about living here, is you have to deal with that kind of stuff. Even though your professors are very eager to hear your responses and stuff like that, they get kind of tired of hearing me or other foreign students being the only people responding in class. Good! My campus it's really close-knit. It's a small campus, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's really small, but it has lots of clubs on campus, lots of good opportunities to communicate with students, and everything's right within each other. Like when I was in Arizona State, I had to take my skateboard 15 minutes across campus to get to my next class, which is kind of bad, but bad. Because it's so really cramped and crowded, it's sometimes impossible to eat in the cafeteria. I have an hour for lunch some days, and if I can't find a seat, I might have to skip lunch. So a lot of times what I do is I eat with my friends off campus or in a classroom, which is, we're allowed to do that, I guess. Or even my first semester in university, I always ate in my afternoon class. Good! The location of my university. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a close-knit university, but my location is, you probably saw in a previous video, it's near Yotsuya Station, which is literally in the center part of Tokyo, right in the middle of the Onote line. And it's super easy to get to on the Chuo line. Bad. The Chuo line is well known for its suicides. That's actually a bad thing about Japan altogether, is the suicide, on the trains. On Monday, there was 2 suicides within 12 hours of each other on the Keihin-Toku line, which is on the east side of town. And because of that, there was delays that just spiraled out through the entire system simply because of the suicide locations. The first suicide happened around 7 o'clock in the morning, and the delays from that first accident were being felt 12 hours later when the second suicide happened. It was a mess. So that happens a lot when you're trying to commute. But, good! I don't need a car, which saves me a shitload of money. Seriously, I don't need a car in this city. I can get anywhere by foot or by train. Or by bus, but I rarely ever use the bus. I haven't used the bus in months, actually, here. But there's so many train lines, so many subway lines, so many options to get around town using, your feet. So that's always really helpful. But, bad. Sometimes they're really crowded, even during off-peak hours. Like right now it's 3 in the afternoon, and I was just on the Yamanote line getting home from school, and it was already really crowded. Good. This is not really related to school, but electronics here are very cheap, as you probably well know. My camera that I'm using to record this with was $400. It's a Nikon D3200, and when I bought that, it was on sale. Not on sale. It was for sale for close to $600. I use points, and obviously the fact that it's made here in Japan. But this is bad. Everything else here is overpriced. The food's overpriced, the cost of living's overpriced, the rent is overpriced. My apartment is like one small room and a sad excuse of a kitchen over there. And I'm paying the same amount of rent as I was in Arizona for a gigantic 2-floor apartment in Arizona. I'm lucky I got a scholarship to cover this shit. Back to stuff about my school. Good. I have to think about this, don't I? That should be saying something. There are a lot of options for clubs on campus. There are just so many clubs available on campus. Just for anything you can imagine, there's so many clubs, even for a school my size. But, bad. The clubs are horrible. I've been in and out of 5 clubs at my university. 3 of them are music clubs, 2 of them are international clubs. The international clubs were extraordinarily unwelcoming to me. It was so bad, just the experience inside those clubs, because those 2 clubs were competing with each other. That's the thing about Japan. They always all the clubs are trying to compete with each other, and they thrust these students in this whole mindset of trying to be better than the other club while not actually having fun. And also, it's all within the club itself. It's that hierarchy, the senpai kohai thing that's just pretty damn obsolete. My first music club that I belonged to, I quit because they were pretty much just senpai worshipping the whole time. Even though I was technically a senpai as a junior, they wouldn't let me do anything. So I quit because they just wouldn't let me do anything. You know, and that's just the bad thing about it. That's one of the biggest things about Japan that's absolutely rotten bad about this country. But overall, I think, do I have any regrets going here to school? No, not at all. I am glad I have this information. I'm glad I can tell you about this information. I'm glad you guys can come to me for this information. This is why I came to Japan, to learn about this country. You know, and the longer I live here, the more I realize, that some things about Japan just probably can't be changed, but other things simply can be changed with the shift of mindset. And I'm talking about the bad things. Is this country bad? No, not at all. I love living here. I seriously do. I can't imagine not living here. Do I want to work here? Probably not. I'm probably going to end up working in Arizona. I don't know yet. I have to find a job. That's another bad thing. The job hunting thing is broken, but that's for another episode. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to have another video up later showcasing the 29, rather I said 19 in the previous video, but it's actually 29 prefectures I've been to. I'm going to have that up later today. Be patient if that one's not up either on time. But if you guys like this video, hit that like button, please. Be sure to subscribe. I upload a lot, as you probably know. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy, Phoenicians.